have already told you that there aren't dependable legal instruments intended to protect the rights of citizens in case of criminal proceedings in Ukraine. So, the voice crying was heard, while Ukrainian peoples played this role. On the 16th of November, Supreme Council of Ukraine implemented the law and changes to some legislative acts of ensuring the rights of participants of criminal proceedings and another ones by law enforcement agencies while pre-trial investigation is kept. According to this law, the participants of criminal proceedings will have more guarantees of respect for citizens' constitutional rights. How do you think if a lawyer should be while searching is carried out? I think he should be. Indeed, it's necessary to control the search to be sure that nothing redundant will be slipped. A third man should follow the situation and ensure that everything is right. When a person hadn't any status in criminal proceeding and couldn't defend own rights and freedoms, this person was always said that he isn't a party. But there is such a possibility nowadays because of the new law. According to this law, there will be a notion of new participant of criminal proceeding in the Code of Criminal Procedure. This participant is called like another person. His right and legitimate interests are confined during pre-trial process. So, investigative authorities will not have a pretense anymore, and judiciary will be obliged to receive complaints from this side of judicial process. One of the most important innovations is that a lawyer should participate in investigative actions and while searching in particular. And this is necessary. If a lawyer isn't cleared, then proof that were gotten result can be recognized as unacceptable. While earlier lawyers couldn't attend searches and nobody was responsible for that. If a lawyer isn't to let, whether it will be a violation? I think yes, because a person has the right to defense, isn't it? When there is a lawyer, people who carry out a search understand that if they violate something, this will be reflected in a protocol. He or she should feel himself or herself protected. Moreover, an investigator or prosecutor who carry out a search are obliged to make video recording of investigating acts. Actions and facts of the search that was held should be recorded. In other case, they can't be enregistered and serve as a proof of somebody's blame. What do you think about this law? In my opinion, the more material we have, the better it is. Nobody will be able to clap on, hide something. It will be clear if everything is okay, if there aren't aggressive acts. It is great, but in that case, if it is videotaping in real time and nothing is changed in this video, it is positive issue, of course, because everything will be clear. Before adopting this law, only an investigator or prosecutor decided if it was necessary to capture video and what to videotape. Also, defense has the right to videotaping. This will dash the dreams of dirty cops who wanted to get some kind of trophies while carrying out searches. So, they forbade defenders to capture videos. And, probably, something the most important. Earlier, it was a situation that investigator submitted a petition to get permission for searching before investigating judge, and he knew that the judge will satisfy his only on formal basis. Nowadays, an investigator or prosecutor must give reasons for conducting this investigative act. The court hearing should be held with all official requirements, and moreover, it must be recorded. Then, defense can get this recording and review it. Lawyers couldn't even think about this earlier. It is necessary to mark that this bill was implemented very quickly, because it was taken into consideration of Supreme Council on the 10th of November, and the majority of deputies voted for this on the 16th of November, and it was signed by the President of our country on the 4th of December. This highlights that it is necessary to accept these changes that will allow to implement the rights to defense, which are granted by Ukrainian Constitution and European Convention on Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms completely.